Good morning and happy Saturday, you guys. It is Amanda and Barron with Kickin Cancer Cares on KSLM Radio, 104.3 FM and 1220 AM. And our sponsor for this first half is Oddmo's Pizza. Absolutely amazing pizza, but their wings. Holy smokes,
you're going to talk wings today.
Okay. So stinking good. And they've got several flavors. And then I actually just recently got one of their salads, and it had like raw onions on it. And I was like, I'm not sure about that. It's now a staple in all my salads.
Oh, adding the onions?
Who knew that onions like that would be so good in a salad? My goodness.
Yeah, they have good salads. They really do have good salads.
They do. So definitely go check out Oddmo's Pizza because they are phenomenal with all different kinds of food, with wings, pizza, desserts, salads, and pastas.
Yeah.
So huge shout out to Mike. Thank you so much, Mike.
Well, I've been reaching out in the community to try to find other people that I've seen or heard that are survivors to come in and share their stories.
Yeah.
I had seen a post that Crystalina had put up, and I said, hey, you'd like to come in and share your story of hope? So we have a guest today.
Okay.
Crystalia Arceneaux.
You got it. Yeah, good job.
Make sure I said that right.
Yeah.
So we're going to get deeper into her journey.
Okay, awesome.
But our guest last week was Rachel Brettbrunner.
Yes.
Who came up from the Turner area to share her story.
Yes.
Interesting series of events at hers. Do you remember that?
Yeah, so just how she didn't think she had nothing was wrong. And she had a little trip accident, kind of knee was bothering her, continuously bothering her. And so she went and got it checked out, and it ended up being cancerous. And so it's crazy that even though there's no symptoms and something like a trip and an injury like that can start this process of, whoa, something so much deeper is going on.
So much worse is going on.
Yeah.
And thankfully she took herself in and got checked out, because if she hadn't, like so many people don't, then
who knows where it
would have happened.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, and she's up and walking now and doing well, but for quite a while there she was in a wheelchair.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if you haven't gone to our YouTube channel, it's Kickin Cancer Productions, and you can see pictures. You can this podcast will go to podcast, but there's also the YouTube channel, and so there's some great pictures of Rachel in that walk we talked about. So I encourage the listeners to go to the YouTube channel. Please subscribe. Please share it so others can see it as well, and and share the messages we've got.
Whoop, whoop.
Yeah. Well, interestingly enough, we went all the way through this magazine.
That's crazy.
And I dated the first time we did this. It was actually September the 9th.
Okay.
2023.
Wow.
So you figure there's 100 disease-fighting foods, roughly 2 years to get through this magazine.
Yeah.
So I thought, well, let's just go through it again.
Oh, please.
Right?
Yes.
Some that you
especially because we're all in such a different place, like health-wise too, I feel like. So some of these foods that may have been mentioned a few years ago may have a totally different meaning to us today.
Yeah. You know, I think that as you go through this, you're going to hear something different each time that you go through it.
Absolutely.
So the first one is almonds.
Oh, I thought it was going to be apples. I was like, that's so perfect for this season.
Well, that's only a couple weeks out, so it's definitely going to hit the season. But this one is perfect considering who our guest is today.
Okay.
These tasty snacks may help protect against breast cancer.
Oh, okay.
Very cool.
A 2015 study found that women who regularly ate almonds, walnuts, and peanuts had a significantly lower risk of breast cancer than women who didn't.
Interesting.
They have 6 grams of protein and 9 grams of fiber per serving.
Okay.
So almonds is our food with a great natural way to try to hold off the breast cancer.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love it.
Unfortunately, I don't have a great update for you today. Our friend Ashley Davis lost her battle with cancer.
Okay.
She did pass last Thursday. She had gotten to the point. So what had happened was she had skin cancer that moved, and it got to her brain, it got to her lungs, and they couldn't control it inside of her brain. They had a celebration of life for her last Sunday, and they had said, hey, she's not going to make it out here, unfortunately. And so the friends, and we all got together with the friends there, but I reached out to her husband David, and she was getting very, very tired 2 Sundays ago, but she did pass last Thursday.
Okay. So keep her family in your prayers, you guys, her family and friends.
She's still
Absolutely.
When we did the polar plunge earlier
Yeah.
this year, she's the one that we had on our shirts.
Yeah.
And I think you did meet her at our honoring evening this last year.
I did, yes.
So she fought a good battle as long as she could, but
Yeah.
she did pass.
Okay.
So, but much happier story for you today.
Okay. Okay.
And I'm going to let Crystalina tell a lot of this story because it's her story, not mine. But I think the key here is some of your comments to me when we were talking about getting in and doing checkups, getting your routine checkups.
Yeah.
So the first thing you mentioned to me was 2018
Yeah.
was a checkup. You want to share a little bit of that?
Yeah, so 2018, 7 years ago, I think?
Yeah,
Something
yeah.
like that. Anyways, I just have really dense breast tissue, so I went in and got a checkup. My doctor suggested it, even though I was 30-something at that time. And, got a mammogram, ended up actually having to have an ultrasound that time too, just to make sure, because they saw something on the mammogram, and everything was deemed okay at that time.
7 years ago.
7 years ago. So, that everything was fine 7 years ago, and we fast forward to November of 2024. And I'm seeing my doctor on a regular basis, which is extremely unusual for me, to be honest. I mean, I have 3 kids. I was a very young mom. I've been a mom since 17. Taking care of myself has not been on my priority list for a very, very long time. Thankfully, I have friends and my husband that really pushed me the last few years to take care of myself, because I went in just for a normal routine mammogram because I had just turned 40, and ended up on the mammogram. They saw something, so I went in for an ultrasound again, and they actually were able to compare the 2018 to the 2024, which was really nice because it was a smaller mass, and so it was great to be able to have that there so they could be like, yeah, let's just move forward and not even think about it.
So they took the images from 2018 compared to the images of 2024,
Correct.
and they could see something was going on.
Correct.
I think the word you used to me was something looked weird.
I mean, we hear so many medical terms,
Yeah.
and being in the position I'm in, your memory, you don't really retain a lot, honestly, especially after you start going through everything, the surgery and everything. So, I say it how I think of it, I guess.
Absolutely.
But, yeah, something just looked different, and so we ended up doing a biopsy.
And that was November of last year.
That was November of last year, correct? Like November, I looked at the dates because we were talking about how many appointments I had.
Right.
Yeah, so like November 18th is when I went in for my very first mammogram, and then I went in for the ultrasound, and then I went in for the biopsy.
Okay.
And so between November 18th and December, when I got the news, December 28th, I think it was, that's kind of was just that's what happened. And then I was just kind of waiting for the results.
Okay.
Which was a couple weeks.
So in 2018, they thought they may have seen something and did the ultrasound,
Yeah.
and they said
deemed
that
it no.
it was good.
It was
clear.
fine, clear.
So there was
was
had
no
grown
concern.
okay.
Yeah, so there's a very good chance, and I don't know, but there are some that are very slow growing. So maybe back then it wasn't as like a big of a concern, and so they didn't think it was anything or enough to at least do a biopsy. And and it is what it is.
Yeah.
My diagnosis, honestly, I feel very blessed where I'm at, especially after I've been through this and seen so many other people that have gone through way worse than I have.
Yeah.
So I think that, my whole story is just really, finding a way to take care of yourself, because if I didn't have that, then who knows?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
So December 28th is when I got the diagnosis.
So December 28th, they've now done the biopsy and confirmed that there is cancerous tissue inside.
Correct. So
right?
I actually found out on my chart, because I'm not somebody that can ignore an email that says I have news on my chart, and even though I probably should not have done it that way.
We're all Googling.
Yeah, and so I went on and carcinoma, that's literally, once I saw that word, it was.
Well, you knew what that word meant.
Yeah, exactly.
That one you knew.
My husband was, oh no, let's wait for the doctor. Let's wait for the doctor to call. I'm like, it says carcinoma, babe. Like, it's like, this is our reality now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Did they give you a stage or anything? What was the diagnosis?
So at that time, I didn't really have my stage at that time. That was during kind of like all these other appointments between December and, well, February 16th or 15th or something like that. I put it on my phone, but I don't even remember. I think it was like
You told me you had 18 appointments.
There, thank you. He has it.
18 appointments between November and February.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah. So in those appointments, most of those were like meeting with the oncologist. Right off the bat, I met with the oncologist. I don't know a lot of my dad's history of medical history, so they did a genetics testing for me to make sure it wasn't genetics for my daughter and stuff like that.
Okay.
And that all came back fine, thank goodness. And then let's see what else was between there. My oncologist sent me to have an MRI done, like a full MRI of my breasts.
Okay.
Instead of just a mammogram or an ultrasound or anything like that, which was really great that she did that. I don't know if all doctors do that, but I'm really thankful mine did, because they actually found another one that only showed on MRI. So that's another thing that I think is very important for people to know, because I didn't even realize that they do that for breast cancer or anything, right? And so, if you are really concerned about something, definitely advocate for yourself. Be like, hey, I know that it's not normal, but can we do an MRI? I really feel like something's wrong, because I wouldn't have even thought to do that. Like, I'm just thankful I had a really good doctor. So I had a benign one in my left, and I had 2 in my right. At this point,
so you had 3
lumps that they were removing, one benign, essentially.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. So, at this point, they saying I'm at like a stage 1, I believe they said. So like less than 1 inch.
Okay.
So between February and my surgery, it was really just a lot of waiting.
Yeah.
Was that hard?
It was really difficult. It was really difficult because, you kind of knew your diagnosis. Right off the bat, for me, I felt like I just got my death sentence.
Right,
to be honest.
That's how could you not?
That's just how you immediately feel. No matter how far down the line your diagnosis is a good diagnosis or not, I literally, and I still feel that way. I'm still scared that, things aren't going to work out to my benefit, and it's going to come back within a certain amount of time. And it's a weird feeling to feel like you're alive, but you're gonna die.
You don't know.
I don't even know how to explain it. It's hard to handle, and then it changes everything. It changes the people in your life. It changed who was in my life. It changed how people think of me, how people look at me when they see me.
How did your family react when the news came back?
Well, I only told my best friend and my husband and another close friend up to February. Everything was done. Okay. I actually did not tell my kids until February, because 2 of my children's birthdays are in January.
Okay.
So I had Christmas, and I had my 2 kids' birthdays. My daughter's was her 16th.
You didn't want to make those less unpleasant.
Yeah. I know my kids, and they would have been like, no, I don't want a birthday party. But, in hindsight, I'm still glad I did it, but my kids were pretty upset with me over it.
Upset you hadn't told them?
I didn't want to ruin your sweet 16.
Yeah, and my son's birthday, too. And so, sometimes as a parent, you kind of you make the decision in the moment that you feel is best, and I really wanted them to. It had already changed my life so much, I knew that it would change theirs as well.
How did your husband handle the early news?
He, like I said, he was instantly in denial. He didn't want to believe it. He needed to hear it from the doctor. And even then, sometimes he was like right after I had surgery, he's like, well, they scraped it out, so you don't have cancer anymore. And he didn't mean it in an awful way. I love you. He didn't mean it in an awful way at all. It's just that you don't know unless you're in that position.
Yeah.
To everybody else, they got the cancer removed, but it's not like that. It's not like one of my doctors said, people think it's like a broken leg.
Right.
It's not.
Right.
It doesn't heal quick. It's emotional and physical and everything. Mm-hmm. So, me and my husband have been together for 20 years. He's amazing, and he's been the biggest support through all of this, him and my best friend, and I love him to death. But we all have our own ways
of dealing with
of
it.
handling it. So
Yeah. Absolutely.
What do they say? That's like levels of grief.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
You know, there's like
It
denial.
is like grief.
You know, yeah.
Well, it is a trauma.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh
And
my
the news
gosh.
is a trauma.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you got to deal with it and work through it. And it's maybe not grief, but still a trauma you got to emotionally work through.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely, yeah.
And everybody handles those so differently.
Yeah.
Especially finding out on my chart before your doctor called you.
Yeah.
That sticks in my head because you would think with a diagnosis like that, they wouldn't put that on your chart.
Yeah.
Right.
That they would just call you right out of the gate instead of posting that in your chart, and then you probably had to wait like a day or two, and you're the one calling like, hey, I need to talk.
Yeah.
So I had it done through Salem Radiology. So just to be clear, it's none of the doctors that uploaded it. It was just like, it's just what it does, unfortunately.
System process.
That was the only time I ever found out any information online. Every other time through
was
the
a call.
Cancer Society or cancer doctors or whatever.
Yeah.
the oncology department.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yes.
Oncology department.
I'm like, whatever they're called.
Dang it, sister.
Did you change anything during, like, from the time that November when you got your ultrasounds and whatnot to when you were diagnosed? Did you change anything with, like, your health and trying to be better, anything like that?
Absolutely. Yeah, I quit drinking. Immediately quit drinking. I have had a couple beers since then. But, it's nothing compared to, like, what I used to do. Not that I'm, like, an alcoholic or anything. But, you go out, you drink, and at my age, I'm a little used to alcohol in my system. So I have to drink more now,
Yeah.
So I immediately quit drinking. I don't know. I mean, I know why, but like it's just something that just stuck out to me right off the bat. Obviously, I'm eating healthier. I did see a dietitian right after going to my oncologist for the first time, and they talked to me about how protein is extremely important, which is interesting because almonds seem to have a lot of protein in them.
Yeah.
So and so my diet's changed and just.
Well, and that's one of the things that I've been advocating for is stage 1 and stage 2, those early stages.
Yeah.
There's a lot you can do for yourself with changes
Yes.
to your diet,
Absolutely.
changes to exercise,
Yeah.
like you do for yourself to keep that cancer from becoming worse so it doesn't go to stage 3 and stage 4.
Absolutely.
And if you know it and you've got some plans in place, then you're able to get something moving forward in your direction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And to just help prevent it from reoccurring as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Staying
Yes.
on top of it.
Yes, yeah, a lot less sugars, just things like that. I try to be a little bit more like balance, mindful, if that makes sense. That's the wrong way to say that.
No,
but
I get
it. Yeah,
Or
it's
balanced in your lifestyle.
Yeah, like everything has a balance type of thing. It's not about never eating my favorite ice cream. It's about not having it 3 times a day. Like in moderation. Thank you. Yes.
Or not a big, huge bowl of your favorite ice cream.
Yes, exactly. So, but I think that I would imagine that a lot of people that go through cancer kind of feel the same way because it really changes your mindset. It's something that, like, if you go through it and it doesn't change your mindset, I couldn't imagine meeting somebody where it doesn't change everything for them.
How could it not?
Yeah.
How could it not?
So it's pretty intense, and something like this is amazing because I get to share my story and get to tell other people about it. It's kind of interesting to me because, like, when I'm out with my friends and I'm like talking about things, I'm like, cancer. Like, I whisper the word, like, I don't know why, but like it's just it's so.
Do you find your friends reacting to you differently than they did before?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, there's some people that like just pretty much disappeared. There was a lot of people that I actually removed myself from my Facebook or just in general from my life because
They were going to be toxic to you anyway?
yeah, exactly. Like your boundaries get a lot clearer, right?
Oh, yeah.
So there's a lot of people, and then like I'm fearful of saying things that might make people, I always think about other people, unfortunately, and I'm fearful of saying something that might hurt their feelings, but people look at you with this like pity.
Yeah.
And it's like, which I know it's more love, I think, than pity. But it's hard to go to like events and just like know that they're probably like seeing you in this different light and
Yeah.
Right.
like, like thinking about this. And like, I do want to tell people about my story, and I do want them to know how I'm doing and update them. But at the same time, like, I'm still that person that needs to be away from my story as well. And I wish that's one thing that I think is like, I understand you love me, but like that pity in your eyes, just like, can we just be normal for a little while?
Like, you got cancer, but it doesn't identify who you are as a whole.
Yeah.
It's just a part of your story, but not you.
Yeah, there was someone I met years ago, and when I asked them if they wanted to share their story, they were just that quick, nope.
Yeah.
That's part of my past. I don't want to think about it anymore. That doesn't define who I am. So, I mean, I appreciate you coming on and sharing your story just to offer some hope for the people. But everyone does react differently to it, personally react differently to it, based upon their own belief on what's going to happen to them. Sure. Am I going to survive through this thing?
Yeah.
Well, I think for a lot of people, cancer, it is a scary word.
Yeah.
And so, and it is, people see it with death or sickness. And so I think in a lot of people's mind, they don't know how to react. Like, are you going to be okay? What does that mean? It's so unknown. It's just kind of a huge blanket that covers so many different things, but not others. It's just, I don't think people are very educated in what cancer truly is and the different stages and the different types and what they all mean and different treatments. And so
I found that out very quickly. Like, I was shocked to find out. That was one thing that I was really shocked, like how many different like breast cancers, how many different treatment avenues and everything like that there is, which we covered a little bit later. We'll cover a little bit later, but you just don't realize, like, it's a whole new world opened up, and it's just really hard to describe.
Yeah.
I think I heard that there are over 200 different types of cancer.
Wow.
And if you think about breast cancer specifically, you've got 3 markers they're looking for, and one of them is an estrogen marker and a progesterone, and then this HER2 protein. So either positive or negative. So there's 6 different options there, but then you could be estrogen positive and protein negative, So there's just so many different options out there.
Like a web of different.
Yes. Yeah. And then you can get so lost in the research. I mean, it could swallow you. You probably know it could
I know how many
you
times
whole.
I told my doctors, no, I looked this up on Google. I'm sorry, but listen.
WebMD is your new best friend.
I'm like, listen, I know, but can you just give me peace of mind, please?
Dumb it down for me so that I know what's going on here.
Yeah.
Yes,
absolutely.
Exactly.
So. Well, I want to get deeper into. We got a couple more minutes here. I'll get deeper in the rest of your story, the second half. But just interesting to me that you had 18 different appointments between November and February.
Yeah. So, and I don't blame you for not telling your kids, because it was probably still so unknown to you.
Yeah.
That how do you explain something to them that you don't even quite understand yet, and you're not sure of the direction of it yet. And so as mom, I think you made that right choice. And I mean, it's hard to sometimes know, did I do that right or did I not?
Yeah.
But just the unknown of it yourself, like you want to make sure that when you do come with them, you've got answers and facts and direction with that type of a conversation.
Yeah, absolutely.
How old are your kids?
So my kids are older. So my oldest is 24, and then 16 and 14. So
which one had the hardest time with the news?
My daughter was the most mad that I had kept it from them, which makes sense to me.
And how old is she?
She's 16.
16.
Yeah, she's 16. And probably my youngest. I think he still kind of has a hard time. Well, I don't know. They don't really talk about it much. Like, I'm very open, and we have a very open family. We talk about things like I don't shy away from conversations. I think it's scary for them.
It's just scary.
And they're at this weird age where
my kids are
they,
like that.
Yeah.
Where they do, as soon as they've dealt with it, they're like, okay, let's just
move on.
Put that to the side.
Yeah. And they're at this weird age where, if I'm sad about something, I'm, a dork or like whatever.
Right.
Like, they feel like emotions shouldn't be felt, which is not my doing because I cry all the time. But so
yeah. Absolutely.
Well, I know my sister, who we started this together, she has 3 kids. And the older 2 handled it pretty darn well.
Yeah.
The youngest one did not.
Yeah.
Did not handle it at all.
Yeah.
And he was, I want to say he was about 14 when, so similar to the age of your kid.
Yeah.
And I think that's a tough age for life as a whole.
Yes.
And I think that diagnosis completely changed the trajectory of his life.
Absolutely. No, I completely agree. I do see changes especially in him during this last few months that I don't think would have happened without this. So, I mean, little things here and there, silver linings, help my kids grow up a little bit, see different side of the world and stuff like that. Like, you do have these little silver linings that you have to hang on to, but they're so far in between.
Yes. All right, well, we're going to take a quick break. You guys, huge shout out to Oddmost Pizza for being the sponsor for this first half. Definitely go check out their pizzas. The Green Monster's my favorite. Also, the Bull Rider's really good. And the Reggie Veg. All of them are really, really good.
Order the whole menu.
Yes.
You're having a hard time picking one you don't like.
Yes. So definitely go check out Oddmost Pizza, and we'll be right back. You guys stay tuned.